she got confused and thought we didn't have a game.
James, I want you to know how much I appreciate you right now.
Why is that?
I'm currently doing another game on Roll20, and the DM leaves a little bit to be desired.
I mean, it's tough, especially with strangers. I happen to be one of those type of people. I can just interact with anybody. So for me, it's never an issue. I had a somewhat not great game that I DM'd last Saturday. I tried to stream it. Naturally, it failed. Um, uh, it was Adventures League, and part of it was the Adventures League doesn't allow for very much role playing, unfortunately, the way the modules are designed. So it was tough to keep it interesting, and it was like one of the most interesting sounding ones that I did too, but it just didn't go that well.
No, it wasn't that he was a particularly like friendly or vocal. He's just first off he's trying to do the whole theater of the mind thing, which is it's a perfectly viable way to do D&D, but you have to be a little bit more descriptive with what you say.
Yes, you have to be very specific.
But he wanted let us the whole thing, the whole creation thing, let us do backstories, all that stuff, and then immediately started off the campaign on a different continent, saying that the entire continent we were from and everyone we knew and loved was already dead from zombies.
Oh, okay.
Good start.
Then he said, "You guys, all of
The
you already
walking-
knew each other or well up from the journey over, and made nothing more on that. So he expected us to already know each other." I mean,
I
that's-
actually do that sometimes too to force people to, especially like if it's a table for one-offs. I will have people pick a reason that they are adventuring together. It might be something that comes up right then and there, but sometimes people do come up with pretty interesting backstories.
If your group can't click, your DM should let them goof around a little bit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and from then on, I mean, like I said, I'm starting to appreciate good DMs more and more as I play more games. But
Goddamn
this
right,
one, he's
motherfucker.
been.
So
He's
what
been-
you're saying is, since James is DMing my first game ever, he has set the bar incredibly high.
Said it
Actually,
okay.
yeah,
I've said it okay.
he's doing pretty good so far.
I mean, if you watch like Acquisitions Incorporated or like Critical Role or some of those, like it is unbelievable. But that being said, I am way lazier and have way less time than those DMs.
To be fair,
to be
Chris
fair,
Perkins is a freaking Wizards of the Coast writer.
Yes.
And Matt Mercer is practically a voice acting god. So
Well, I mean, of all of that group, I think Liam is probably actually the most accomplished. In terms of voice acting, I can't speak for actual acting, but I mean, regardless, yes, he was working with a group of actors that specialize in impersonating things, essentially. So, yeah, it obviously, but even just his DMing, like I don't know how far along you are, but I'm not quite caught up.
I'm all caught
I did just watch the episode with Scanlan and Kaylee, and that was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. I could not believe like how long the setup for that was.
Oh yeah. Oh, you don't know.
No, I mean I've had to turn off Twitter of that mention because like Twitter blew up. Critical Role was trending in the United States when that happened.
Yeah. No, something else, something recent has come up, and it is.
Oh, yeah, I know the basics of it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna watch that. I don't know when actually. I just started taking college classes again, so between work and that, my schedule's been pretty busy. I'm gonna give Salazar till like 7:15, then we're gonna start without him.
7:50. Oh, okay. So it'd be 6:15. Okay.
6:15 for you. I am somewhat confused.
Time
'cause
zones.
He was just posting. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was
Yeah,
earlier in the day.
Well,
Yes.
I just pulled up he posted, wasn't that much earlier though. A couple hours maybe?
4 hours. Oh yeah. If you guys could do me a favor, just so I can help keep track, could you go to the settings gear and under your your broadcast name. Could you set yours up similar to mine? In case
Sort of
I-
like I've got mine.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. In case I need to address the player, not I typically will be addressing the character, but occasionally I need to talk to the player. So helps if I can remember who the hell is who.
Better?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Other way around, like
Oh, no, that's okay. I'll figure it out. But so I had a
Okay, yeah,
guy.
name Nate.
I had a guy, and I'd actually been in a group with him as a player in the Adventurers League online, which I recommend checking out if you guys are looking to do one-offs occasionally. alonlinetools.net, I think.
well, ours was about to become a one-off.
What's that?
I said ours was about to become a one-off with that
Oh yeah,
that ogre.
no, Salazar almost died. He's all right now though.
So did Caden.
Oh yeah,
So did
yeah.
I.
Yeah, and
But
so
that
did
happens
you.
every time.
That
That's
typically
every-
Caden does almost die. He's kind of like Kenny
Yes,
from
but
South
this
Park.
time it was from bludgeoning damage, not piercing damage that did it. Though the javelin.
No, I didn't.
Predominant
No,
damage was
It
piercing
was javelin.
damage.
It was still piercing damage.
You might have been
Okay,
like
yeah.
hit with some, but anyway, there was this player named Will, and his character was named Helm, and I could not stop calling him Wilhelm the entirety of the game. Like no matter how hard I tried, it's like and you Wilhelm, and I made him German at that point. I think he's like Spanish or Italian. It was like an 8 a.m. Saturday morning game, so it was a lot of people in time zones that are a little bit later.
I've been telling my younger brother about this game that we've been playing, and he wants to get the starter set so we can run
The
a live
starter
game.
set is amazing. Like, it's such a good introduction to the fifth edition of D&D because even if you, sorry,
I was going to say the funniest part of this story though is he's already figured out what character he wants to make.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to make a wizard, and the wizard's first name is going to be Eurowiz, and the last name
You
is
told
going
us
to
about
be
this.
Hard Harry. Oh, I did.
Yes.
well,
that still makes
more
me
power
laugh,
to
though.
him, I guess.
Please make a very, very hairy mountain man.
Yeah. All right, it's
Because
starting to look like Salazar is going to be playing, giving you guys a silent treatment.
He's going to be German again.
Oh, it was a bad
German,
Mexican
Russian?
accent, but it was still a Mexican accent. What do you want from me? Like I said, I mean, worst
I got
comes
a
to
little bit
worst, I'll just tap my inner Boston accent and just make him like, I'm gonna go swing my axe at this thing over here.
Just make him. He rarely says anything that makes sense, anyways. So just roll with it and fix your hair in the mirror every
He
chance you
actually does play that character pretty well from the aspect of somebody that's trying to gain political power. Like, honestly, when he decided to do like a political speech, after you guys executed that dude.
Before he made it before.
Oh yeah,
he
maybe
executed.
right beforehand. Like that was pretty cool. I thought he did a good job at that. But
Did he get inspiration for it?
I can't remember. I think he might have already. I don't know. I thought you all pretty much had inspiration. Just one of you burned it on like a nat 1 last week, if I recall correctly.
I did, but I got it again.
That's
I
right.
haven't got inspiration.
Oh, that's right. You have not. Well, this means you're slacking. All right.
I keep murdering things and getting inspiration. So
Actually, I don't think
it
you've
wasn't
used it yet.
actually. Don't.
I don't.
I think I'm giving you
Yeah,
the
I
wrong impression of why you're getting inspiration.
I know.
You got
just-
inspiration. I think specifically from your.
The first time was because of
Oh, the one was
Yeah.
for the role playing against Glassstaff. That was hysterical.
that one was
That was
awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make that a highlight, like a clickable highlight, but I don't know enough about YouTube. I honestly, when I was debating going between YouTube and Twitch, I have to admit YouTube's interface is pretty damn good. In fact, I don't have to do it with this. And if my players we've been playing digital sessions only the last couple times. My normal session actually typically has people at my house. We still use Roll20, but it's with like my wife Chromecasting up to our television. So
Mhm.
I have a camera set up upstairs for that too. And what YouTube lets me do is have multiple computers as like cameras. So that makes streams. So that way I don't have to like collect all the images on one computer and then like screen that one window, I can actually just set it up like that, which is pretty cool.
Okay. DM.
Yes.
Last time you said that Vince left his holy symbol, the fist holding the lightning bolt.
Yep.
You also said that it had a faint magical aura. Two things. One, is that just like this is what he used for spellcasting, or is it some actual effect or something? And would Lucas be able to ascertain it because he's from the same church?
If you don't have video turned on, I'm shrugging.
I have it turned on for you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just tell you what happens when you do things in the world. All right.
And send ogres at us.
I didn't send shit at you. You went into this cave on your own, if you recall.
We invaded his home.
You did. I mean, you've got the
And
knocked
murdered
out one guy. So Bless is going to have worn off at this point. But, so, yeah, last week, you guys finally heeding the warnings of Harbin Wester, the town master of Phandelver. You headed out to deal with some ogres that were in this crag that's known as Wyvern Tor. Excuse me, you went to deal with some orcs. But what you discovered was also an ogre with them. You've knocked out... I see what you mean now. You've knocked out what you appear to be the leader, or at least the biggest and the strongest. Yeah.
That was... I'm sorry. Your screen glitched for a second, and when you made the slip up, it looked like you had like those meme sunglasses on for a second. It was amazing. There it is.
Anyway.
All right. So, what you were doing is almost dying, and you managed to survive this attack, and you find yourself and seen. You pick up right where you guys left off. So that leaves Salazar. I guess I'll open his character sheet for the meantime. Hopefully, he shows up tonight with 2 health points. Caden, looks like you have slightly more than that. Lucas, you're doing okay, and Rambo Link didn't seem to be touched very well, or very badly in that fight.
Because he was bailing on us.
He was slowly backing out of the cabin as this was going on.
How does creating distance equal bailing?
Because you're creating distance towards the entrance of the cave.
Well, that's kind of where I was. Okay.
All right, so what do you guys do?
I'm going to check this guy.
I'm going to kick the ogre's corpse.
He's dead. He's also dead. Oh,
And I'm going to turn to Lucas and say,
hold on.
Why did I capture him again?
I don't know.
Because he thought he was a boss, but I meant loot. And I didn't check his vitals.
Do we have rope still?
That'll be up to him because I think we left it hanging over the edge of that crevasse.
Hang on. I got an inventory.
Well, we didn't mark it off. We just set it because mine's still in my inventory too, but I know I didn't grab it. Or I didn't say I grabbed it. So we'd have to ask him.
I'm just going to assume that.
Sorry about that.
Me
I'm on call with work. That was my front desk. Nothing major, though.
right.
Good to go. All right, so what were you doing?
Do we still have rope left?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I tie up the little boss.
Okay, so you tie up the unconscious orc. I did actually, for those of you that watch my other party, know that sometimes if you don't do that, it can be a problem.
Yep.
All right, there's a web. That's fine. So he's tied up.
I'm going to loot this guy I'm standing right by.
You're going to loot him? Just him or everybody?
Well, I'm by him, so I'll start there, I guess.
Okay. You find, let's see, you find 8 silver on that particular orc, which is actually quite a bit for them.
Okay. I'm going to come over here and peek inside this alcove here.
Okay. You see several bedrolls. There's a fire, glowing brightly in there. You can give me a investigation check if you want to check the space.
Okay.
Come on, it's a new day.
My
Gotta be feeling
investigation and perception are so low.
14. Okay. So you see at the back of the cave, over by one of the bedrolls, a small chest.
Okay. So there's nobody in there.
Well, as far as you know, the chest is empty.
No, I mean there's nobody. No.
Yeah, you don't
more
see anybody
corpse.
in there. You don't see anybody in there.
I'm gonna loot the ogre.
I'm gonna expend a spell slot, which apparently I didn't use any of. I think.
Didn't you divine smite somebody?
No, I didn't.
No, he used bless.
But I
That was
did
it.
I did cast bless, so I should have
Yeah.
marked that down then. I thought so. I do have 2 left. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on. Going to cast Cure Wounds on Caden. His name is Caden.
Name is Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Wait,
Okay.
you cast Cure Wounds on Aiden?
On Caden, yeah. I'm
Okay.
going to.
That was I was like, fuck you, man.
I already brought him back to life. He's fine.
That's true, you did. Yeah, that was a great roll.
Well, it's a D8, so it's a D8 plus a spell casting modifier of 0.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
He's got no charisma, I guess.
Yeah, your spellcasting stat is charisma. How can you not have a bonus to that as a paladin?
Oh, I have a bonus. I have a 2. So it was an average roll. And anyway, I say, I'm going to come in here and say, Caden, chest, check for traps.
Okay, keep an eye on orc that we kept alive for I'm not sure why anymore.
You just decided not to kill him in the heat of battle. I can't speak to your reasons. So what are you doing?
Checking the chest for traps, and I guess after that, gonna pick it if it
Because
doesn't explode.
Heronius
Your
knows we didn't do that last time.
passive perception is surprisingly
10.
low. So go ahead and give me a perception roll. Actually, unfortunately, Vince was the guy that had the big passive perception. 16. The chest appears to be unlocked, and you don't find any traps on it. Also, Link, you don't find anything of value on the ogre. Salazar is now going from corpse to corpse looking for stuff, too.
Okay, then I'll just go ahead and open this chest then.
I'm standing by, but not close by.
Don't trust his perception, huh? Okay. You open the chest, and it looks like quite the haul in there. You find the following. We know when you're
Okay,
ready.
I've got my journal open. Okay.
Okay. You find 750 copper,
750 copper,
160 silver,
160 silver,
62 electrum,
62 electrum,
and 30 gold,
30 gold.
and what looks to be 3 vials of perfume. You know from your underhanded market contacts that these would probably fetch about 5 gold each.
5 GP each, 3 vials of perfume that the ogre or the orcs and the ogre were clearly not using.
No, clearly not. This looks like it was probably, given the stuff scattered around in the back here, you see like broken boxes and like clothes and worthless jewelry. This is most likely pilfered goods.
I checked the knocked out orc.
He's somewhat well equipped, but you don't find anything on his person. It's likely what he had was in that chest over there that you just
Is his armor different than the other ones?
found. It's the same type of armor. It's maybe less ragged, but it's still just armor.
Any tattoos or paint?
Yeah, he does have a couple tattoos, mostly on his upper arms. Um, he doesn't have any war paint on, um, and you do see on his one upper right arm. Most of them are just poorly done, like kind of scratchy tattoos. You like a snake and like a boar and things like that, like the equivalent of what you'd get for like walk-ins in modern times, I suppose.
He had a
But
friend do it.
you do, yeah, he might very well have done it himself. This is a full-fledged orc. But you do see on his upper left arm what looks like the tattoo of um, a diamond with a type of like a bit of a snowflake inside. It's comparatively quite intricate to the rest of what he has.
Does anyone have charcoal, or is there any like something I can write on and with? I think I have paper.
Are you literate?
Uh,
How do you find out? Is that just
I don't
like
know.
passive intelligence?
No, it's just whether your character's literate or not. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, you would have had to learn to read at the church, so.
Well, not necessarily. Before there was written language, everything was passed on via word of mouth.
I'd say no, but I know 4 languages, and so
Yeah, it's fine. You can be. I'm not telling you one way or the other that it needs to be based on a stat. I'm just asking
Well, I
you:
mean,
is your character
I'd say-
literate?
I'd say
If you
no
want him to
because
be
of
literate, he's literate.
intelligence
If you
and
don't, you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sure,
no.
he's literate.
Okay. So yeah, you can try and copy down the symbol if you want.
I'd like to.
I'm just gonna memorize.
Do you want me to roll for that, or?
To draw? Are you like? Do you have like Parkinson's disease?
I don't know. There's DMs who want you to roll for things.
I have you guys roll for a decent amount, but there's tons of stuff that I just don't have you roll for because I
Okay, so
I try to keep track of your passive stats, and if it makes sense for you not to roll for something, or if it's just like doing a everyday item or operation, I don't usually worry about it too much.
I'd like to sketch to the best I can. Lucas is in no way an artist. The particular symbol tattoo thing on the arm.
Okay. No, it's actually it's not so much of a diamond as you get a closer look at it. It's more of just like elongated oval with a snowflake inside.
And all I was thinking is he rolls for it and rolls a 1 and gets he draws like a stick man instead of a snowflake.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna come over here and peek in this side over here.
So you step towards the back of the cave. You can see it's still pretty well lit over here. An underground stream of some sort, probably leading to the pond outside. That's kind of off the edge of the map there. And it looks like the stream continues on into the darkness. So it's basically one of those streams where there's a cave, but the top of the cave is under the water level.
Okay.
All right. I don't see any other reason to stay. I think we did what we came here to do.
Okay.
So what do we do with this guy?
We could take him back to the town master. He's the one who gave us the quest, right?
Haha! We do have a Salazar.
Oh, good.
What was over here?
It looks like basically the stream probably flows out of the cave somewhere. It looks like a dead end, but you suspect from the water outside it might, flow out there somehow.
How big is the opening?
He's gone.
You can't see any opening. It's like a solid wall, but just given that there's water almost directly on the outside of the cave and further to the east. So
There's like a
yeah, if
some
you
of
look
it
up
here.
the very top right, there's a little pond. So it might just be,
it's like an aquifer.
yeah.
Hey, Salazar.
Oh, the same thing as down here.
Down below, you think the stream is coming from somewhere farther back in the cave, but the cave roof at that point actually comes down to meet the water.
Can we swim, or can I swim?
I'm still talking to Caden.
Okay.
So what should we do with him? If we want to take him back, we can, but he'll be a pain to drag for 2 days.
True. And I don't really know if he's got any information that we could really use.
I don't want to interrupt you guys.
Oh, hey, Salazar.
Hey, Sally.
Evening, Sally.
Good evening, everyone.
Good. I don't have to play your character anymore. He hasn't done anything, so that's handy.
I hope he be like
Didn't
kind
live
of
a bloody
DZ
rough
from the
style.
fight.
Well, you're fine. I healed you a little.
A little, yeah.
I brought you back to life. Be thankful.
Yeah, you're not unconscious anymore. So, you're trying to swim, Link?
Link.
We'll get back to him.
He's underwater.
I was muted.
And speak.
Yeah. At least as far in if I can see, till I can see further down.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Salazar. One thing.
Yes.
Go to the little settings gear, and for your display name, put it like it is with ours.
Well, like it is with Zero and Arthur, anyway. Link's just being obstinate.
Link's an elf. It's fine.
Link is trying to drown himself. That's a nat 1. So you wade into the stream, and you try to swim farther back, but you quickly run into a twist and turn, and you just barely manage to make it back out without drowning yourself.
Yeah.
Should be done.
Good job.
All right. So Salazar, what do
Turning
you
it
think we
into
should do with
himself.
this guy? We can take him back to the town master if we want, but that's a 2-day journey, and he's probably not going to be very happy.
You mean the orc?
Yeah, we have one. We have a captive if we want one. If not, I say we slit his throat and get back to town.
You're a paladin, aren't you?
I mean, if you really want to prove that we dealt with the orcs,
Well, and depending on, and this is, I'm just trying to nudge him on now. It's like, and depending on how well the orcs were known to the townspeople, this could be a little bit more political leverage for you if you wanted it.
could be useful. I like the way you think, Link.
That's Caden.
It's Caden.
I'm gonna do. I see tattoos on any of these other ones.
No. You search them. You don't find any other tattoos. It was just on the one guy.
Link, why are you wet?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of answers to that question.
And come to think of it, none I want to hear.
We've already had too much theater of the mind with Droop. Let's.
I say, well, with this tattoo being so abnormal, do I think it's abnormal for an orc, or do I just notice that it's abnormal compared to the other ones?
Give me a history check. That is a 19. So you have a negative modifier, I can see, because that's a nat 20. You recognize that as the symbol of a goblinoid mercenary band known as the Chill. Typically, they operate in and around the Cloakwood area, which is a little bit farther south towards Baldur's Gate. Actually, that's from here pretty damn farther south. So he is either a member or was at one point a member, you suspect.
So I know this.
Yeah, you would know this from
Okay.
just memory, essentially. It's a
All right,
relatively well-known mercenary band. They're, as you might expect, mostly evil, but they are sometimes used by legitimate political powers to deal with other monsters or to, in less savory ways to, like, drum up fear of, like, bandit attacks and things like that.
Okay, I relay this information to them and tell them not to kill him.
All right.
Oh, well, let's wake him up and find out what he was doing here. And I sort of poke him with my rapier, trying to wake him up.
Oh, whoa, oh!
Hi there, sunshine.
He just growls.
Does any of us
Yeah,
speak orc?
don't do that again. The last thing that did that, this guy right here shoved a greatsword through his throat.
He doesn't understand where that blue light just came from. He looks absolutely terrified. And he actually does not seem fazed by that threat whatsoever.
I ask, what's the bounty on your head?
None to my knowledge. There probably should be, though. You look tasty, elf.
I am quite tasty.
I don't even know what role that should be.
I feel
Okay.
like maybe persuasion. Maybe persuasion.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna like. I almost like kind of want to give him like a madness saving throw, but okay. So
Oh, wait,
yeah,
would it
he
be
seems.
would it be deception? Would it be deception? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He could be telling the truth. He looks over and sees the ogre on the ground. He's like, "You killed Gog. That's actually sort of impressive, Weakskin."
Like we said, great swords.
Could have easily been you.
What do you want then?
I don't know. We're still kind of figuring that out.
Well,
Very existential of you.
Well,
I know your affiliation, and I am wondering.
you're supposed to be way south. What are you doing up this far north?
Way south, affiliate. Oh, I'm not a member of the Chill anymore.
Well, you're not a member of this one either, so
Why would I believe that?
Get an insight check him, I guess.
I'm asking him. Should I still
What
insight
reason
Might as
do
well
I
ans-
have to
might as well-
lie, elf?
Huh?
What reason do I have to lie?
Yeah,
What
the
reason
point.
would you have to
We
tell
have
the truth?
What reason would I have to not tell the truth? It's going to be an interesting battle of wits.
Well, considering your affiliation, wouldn't it benefit you to lie and create a false distance?
You're using words that are too big.
Yeah, I am. Even for my character, but I don't know how else to say it.
I want to know what.
And before we
Okay.
get into a battle of wits with death on the line, let's let's just move on. So why are you here then?
Why do you
If you're
think,
not here,
pink skin? Plunder.
and now that we
What?
have that plunder,
So I say, I put my bow at him and I say, so if you're not a member and you have no bounty, then you're of no use to us, are you?
He sneers at you. Says, your threats mean nothing to me, elf.
how about mine? I am the one who took you down. And I put my sword up to his throat.
Give me an intimidation check. You can give it with advantage, actually. Didn't need it. 18 on both. So he looks.
I'm apparently a scary MFer, so
He's putting on a good front. He does seem somewhat worried, but you do kind of figure he does just seem to have a sort of callous disregard for even his own life. I mean, he is an orc. With rare exception, they are typically very evil, of the chaotic variety, and like to plunder and cause pain and suffering. So he looks worried, but you don't know what else you could get out of him.
I walk up and punch him and just knock him out.
Okay.
And I say,
It does hurt your hand a little bit. He's got a thick skull, but you managed to knock him out.
okay. I say, the only reason I want him alive is if he's lying, we could get a pretty penny. If he's got a bounty.
okay. Well, you're dragging him then.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
I'll help Dragon.
All right, so what you guys doing?
I guess we have a captive.
We're
guess.
bringing a captive orc to Phandelver.
Can I do something first? Just a bit of pragmatism. He has like orcs tend to have like really sharp teeth, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to punch him in the mouth and break those.
Okay.
It'd be like you just like take your knife and like line them up and like.
God, why? That's cruel. No. I'd like to break his teeth, or at least the sharp ones. I have a gauntleted hand, pretty much. So.
Yeah, you can do that. That wouldn't be much trouble with the
Okay.
gauntlet.
Yeah, I would like to.
You walk up and this unconscious orc captive, and you just pop him multiple times in the face. You shatter several of his teeth, causing him to momentarily regain consciousness, kind of yelp,
then black out
blood
again.
pouring out, and then you actually deck him again with your final blow, and it knocks him back out.
All right, I put him over my
Lucas?
shoulder.
Do you think that was really necessary?
I don't want him biting me.
Do ogres have unique teeth?
You can certainly check.
They're on the ground now.
I'm starting to think you're more cruel than Caden.
The ogre.
Yeah.
Does he have like big cannon? Okay, what should I use?
Survivalism. Or nature, but I assume survivalism is probably better for you. A 13. You think that you've heard of ogre teeth maybe being used in a potion once or twice before, but you're not certain. You could probably retrieve some if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll take a couple.
Nah, take them to Carl.
What do their canines look like?
Ogres, their canines are actually fairly similar to typical humanoids' canines. While they are meat-eating and typically carnivorous, they are a magical creature monstrosity, so they actually typically resemble a human's
Which one am
jaw.
I thinking that has like the big front teeth that stick out past the lip?
The canines, they do not. No.
You're probably thinking of like World of Warcraft orcs,
I think so.
Yes, ogres.
or maybe the
orcs do
trolls.
have larger canines. Ogres have a more typical canine, kind of similar to what you and I would have with the pointed tooth there off to the side.
Are any of these orcs teeth enough, canines big enough to like make a pendant out of, like for a necklace?
Not anymore. They were just smashed.
No, not the one that he hit. Any of them.
Maybe
Just
this one or
Um,
this one.
Yeah, you
Can
could,
we?
you
can
could
we go?
probably do that.
Can we go?
This is getting dark. Let's go.
Can we go? I have the unconscious orc over my shoulder. If that's okay.
I rip out the biggest canine from.
Okay, so you pick one
I
and you
killed a helpless man, and this is starting to make me uncomfortable.
yank a canine out of one of the orc's bodies. You can do that.
Okay.
You know, that's gonna cause problems for us if you ever make that into a necklace and we run into an orc.
Well, that's too bad because that's exactly what I'm doing.
Let's hope he doesn't recognize his buddy's teeth.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Going back to Phandelver, I think.
Okay.
Is
yeah.
that any weight?
The tooth? No. 0.25 pounds. Big tooth. The Royale with cheese, but in tooth form. Okay.
So,
It's not
back
called a
to
Whopper.
So you're going back to Fondalen. Are you moving quickly, slowly, normally? What's your marching order?
I'd say same marching order as before. Me and Link, and then Lucas
then
and Salazar,
Salazar
maybe
and-
with him, and maybe
Yeah.
with the ogre in between us, as
Yeah, between me and Lucas.
The orc will be.
since
Yep,
those two were dragging him.
gotcha.
And then I'd say probably just normal pace.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we can't really run too fast with dragon and unconscious orc.
I
We won't stay unconscious forever.
We can just put him between us and grab him
No,
by the
with
arm.
us, with the way we do every time he wakes up, he's probably being knocked out again. That's just seems to be how we.
If he
wakes
if he
up and
plays
then
nice,
passes
if he
out.
plays nice, we'll let him walk. If he doesn't, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are heading out, and you get to the edge of the cavern here, and as you come out, you see across the way several poorly concealed orcs waiting in ambush. They spot you.
great.
They're trying to hide, but you manage to spot them. So go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
I counted my
Again.
tracks.
I'm going to die, guys.
That's why I
With
was
honor.
That's why I was so adamant about trying to swim up that stream. Oh, what are we rolling? Initiative?
All right.
Lord.
Let's get their initiative up and going. And all right. So this first orc steps up and looks at you fellas and sees the orc captive standing behind you in a group, and he snarls at you, particularly at Link, being the elf, and says, "Unhand him."
I'm just like, are you talking to me?
Give us your captive if you want to live.
I say, I doubt it would matter either way.
You do realize we killed your ogre friend, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, human. Give us Brugor and be on your way.
Link, show him the ogre tooth. Not the orc tooth, the ogre tooth. And I whisper that, not the orc tooth. We don't want him to know what we did.
Okay. I guess I'll just show some ogre.
He
The
gives
big tooth, so that he knows it.
approximately 0 shits, and he has a confused look on his face. He just kind of looks at you
worth a
like,
try.
what the hell is that supposed to mean?
It's worth a try.
This is your last warning, fleshies. Give us Brugor.
Thoughts?
Um,
Yeah, we're a little worse for wear from that last spot. I think Luke
Uh-oh,
Just-
it's T-Pain.
is supposed healing.
I mean, we can always pop those healing potions.
I don't even know if we have healing
And we
potions.
could go for Link's. And Link
It's like
can give
one
us some
second,
cover. But I
guys.
mean,
We get in like a football huddle.
yeah, that's
I mean, Kaden had the healing potions, so if we really want to do this.
and I gave one to Salazar and gave one to Lucas. So
What
we've
you guys
got
doing?
I say,
You gave me a healing potion?
when you
Yeah.
were
Vince left 2 of them.
I say it's up to you guys, but I doubt they'll simply just leave us alone if we give it to them. If anything, it might be a sign of weakness, but it's up to you guys.
I mean, we said we'll deal with the orcs.
I sort of just scanned the 3 of them and say, do we really want to let him go?
5.
If we don't,
5.
I have an idea.
It's a 5.
Yeah, those are 5. There's
It's
3
5
on top,
and 4.
2 on the right.
Yeah, and they're all fine.
Only Link
First-
is fine.
You're
So
near dead.
at this point, the orc outside is definitely starting to get impatient. He says, "Fools! He's nothing to you. Give us our quarry."
Quarry.
What are you talking about?
Are you hunting this orc?
None of your concern, weakling.
Well, if he's worth money,
Maybe we could make a deal.
Hold on.
Make a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Here we go again.
who?
You never know.
Kaden.
Who, I believe that'd be Caden. He's the one that said maybe we can make a deal.
That's what I was getting at, though. Like,
Oh,
that
boy.
was the first out of my
13.
mouth.
He says, "You have nothing we want but him. If you do not give him immediately and walk out, we will kill you all and feast on your bones."
If we give him, do you guys think he'll leave us alone?
What guarantee do we have that you'll let us go if we give you 2?
None, but my patience is wearing thin.
I say we take a chance.
So give him the. I mean, I'm not.
We huddle back up. Do so.
No,
Do we?
I say we just go for it.
Just fight him.
Worst comes to worst, we die. But
That's
we
the
can do that. Could happen.
Salazar way. Let's do it.
Okay.
If we pop the healing potion, how much will heal us for?
2d4 plus 2.
I suppose there's no surprise attack since we already rolled initiative, huh?
No, you
yes.
both are weapons at the ready. They seem very intent on getting this guy, and you seem very intent on getting out of here. So yeah, nobody's surprised by anything that happens here.
I
What
said
you
we just
doing?
Take our chances.
I think we're just gonna go for it.
Okay.
Unless
Scene.
somebody
Go for
wants
it.
to just push the orc outside, see what happens.
Okay, let's walk slowly towards that guy, try to hand him, and then we backstab him.
Now let's just. I kicked
I was actually gonna say, yeah,
the unconscious orc forwards.
Okay. So about to right there.
A little farther in.
So right around here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So at this point, York sees this, steps up, and hurls his javelin. And it nails this orc in the chest, and he falls to the ground dead. He starts walking up to him. So he gets up there. You see him take out an axe, take the head, and looks like he peels a piece of skin off of the orc's arm.
Ah.
Can I see? Does he have any tattoos? Am I able to see?
Give me a perception check. 18. You see, he's wearing like a sleeveless leather vest as armor. He has a nearly identical tattoo on the upper left arm.
Okay.
So he takes this and he breaks his axe up and he backs away several feet, using up most of his movement. Which will take us to Lucas. What do you want to do?
So he's not making any motions that he's going to attack.
He's got his axe in hand, and he seems to be posturing himself. He's getting a javelin ready, and you don't know if that's defensive or offensive. You really don't know.
He's dead, and you've got what you came for. Can we go?
With this, he seems to be. He looks around. Let me check. What does he do? And he turns to his compatriots, looks in your general direction, snorts, and they all turn and leave. Start heading back out.
I do.
Nope.
I
You.
think-
Nope.
I was gonna ask. I don't know if we're close. Is there anything?
Don't.
What's
Let's
that?
Just go.
Is there anything off of them that I can remember, like smell or look or something that would like in the future help me track them?
You'd probably be able to remember the face of the one that seemed to be the leader of the group and talked, but other than that, no, they smell like dirty orcs. Maybe less dirty than you might otherwise expect, though.
Maybe they use some of that perfume.
It's possible.
They're paid orcs.
Nah, this might not have been a paid hit. They might have just wanted to take care of unfinished business.
I mean, paid like I'm assuming that they don't live like in a cave or something like that if they're not as dirty as a regular orc would be.
My guess is this is just a hunting party because he said he wasn't with. Did you tell us about the tattoo on the other one's arm?
Yeah, they were probably from the chill too.
He was a traitor, and I'm guessing that mercenary company don't deal so well with traitors.
Well, that's basically what it's. But so they're gone. Are we out of initiative?
Yep.
And now I
Alright.
say we get the out of here.
All right, back to Vandalen.
Okay.
Same order as before. Same order as before.
I'd like to take the head from
Second
this
verse,
guy,
same as the first.
just as a proof that we dealt with the orcs.
It
Did he
the-
still
Didn't
have
he
his
take
head?
that?
no, the head is gone. You can grab the head of something else, but that particular head was taken.
Salazar,
Yeah.
get the ogre head.
Take a selfie.
Actually, yeah. Can we take the ogre head?
How heavy?
I don't see why
is the
not.
ogre
How,
head?
how heavy is it?
About 40 pounds.
Go loot it,
Resting
Lucas.
resting every now and then. We can carry that. Okay, I go and I
Sure,
I cut off the ogre's head and I take it with us as proof.
I'll take turns taking it back.
Okay. So you guys
Once again, this has gone really dark.
start to head out.
Do we
Are
have like
you-
any like big cloth that we can wrap the head in? I'm asking the
Yeah.
party.
You have one in your back.
Oh, you know what?
Dare you?
Actually, Salazar, you wouldn't remember this because I was playing your character at the time. You are actually carrying around an enormous Oriental rug from Glassstaff's quarters.
Yeah, but don't use that.
You planned on getting it dry cleaned because it looked like it was nice.
I mean, it's already dirty. We could use it.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'll
we.
clean it anyways later.
You just need to get it reupholstered.
Yeah. So Salazar
I'm
and
sure
I
there's somebody in town that can take
put-
care of that
like,
for you.
put the head into the rug and wrap it up, and we're gonna take turns carrying it back to Phandelver.
Okay,
Okay.
on our way.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, do you guys Do you guys go straight through? Do you just like march all the way there? Do you stop and rest along the way?
I think we stop
Yeah,
and
when we're tired, we'll stop and rest.
Okay, so it'll take you about a day and a half, maybe 2 days,
Okay.
to get back there.
Oh.
Okay, and you manage to, so you go ahead and take a full rest, full long rest, and you guys manage to make it back to the town of Phandelver without any further incident.
Yay, Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Four.
actually
Shadow.
correctly named at this point.
Such horrible foreshadowing.
It apparently was. You managed to
Technically,
make
he's
it.
still in the group if he's ever able to come back. Could be a fun
Killing.
one shot too.
Okay, so what do you guys do when you get back to town?
Considering we still have the head, I
say
think we go
to
straight
town.
to straight to the
Town
town master.
Okay. So you head over to the town master's hall. And you find there is Sildar and Harbin Wester, the currently elected town master of Fondalen. And yeah, so there you are. That works out actually. For whatever reason, Vince wasn't with you guys this time. I don't even have to remove his token.
All
right.
Come in with their huge head.
Okay. Egos aside, you walk in with the orc severed head or ogre severed head, and much to the appall of Harbin Wester as he turns around, Sildar.
Well, it's wrapped.
Yeah, but it's a giant bloody rug. He doesn't know what's in it, but it's still a giant bloody rug.
Fair enough.
Sildar looks sort of intrigued, so go ahead. You guys head in.
We took care of that orc problem for you.
Yeah, me and Lucas walked up to him and then dropped the head on the floor.
They also had an ogre.
Ogre? Oh, good grief. Well, I'm glad you finally saw reason and decided to deal with a real problem.
So, have either of you heard
The red bands, they're done too.
Yeah,
Wait,
we've been
what?
kind of busy these days.
And Sildar says, yes, I've been meaning to tell you, it turns out that the Red Brands were actually led by Yarno all this time. Your friend was leading them? What is the Lord's Alliance good for? It's like, we'll talk about this later, Harbin. So at this point, Harbin does step forward and say, well, I will pay you as I agreed to, and the party gains 100 gold. He hands you a pouch of gold coins.
I asked them if they ever heard of that mercenary group. Was it Windchill?
No, just the chill.
The Chill.
Sildar says, yes, I have. They operate out of Cloakwood. What do they have to do with this?
They were there. A hunting party.
We're in
The
the chill
the orcs-
mercenaries this far north?
We believe the leader of the group of orcs was a runaway
traitor.
from the mercenary group.
Sildar kind of thinks on this for a moment. Well, that's actually a good thing, I suppose, in the long run. That means that it wasn't necessarily an organized effort of some sort. How did you know he was a member of the Chill?
The tattoo.
And the people who showed up to kill him.
Yeah, Link knows his stuff.
Link apparently knows his orcs.
Says, fair enough. That was good removing him either way. So at this point, Harbin kind of starts to turn around and go back to what he was doing.
Did he react at all to talking about that group?
The Chill?
The Chill, yeah.
No. You learned from his reaction, he probably didn't know who they were.
Oh, that's
Sildar
what I was
definitely
about
did.
to ask.
All right.
So as Harbin turns back around, Sildar says, "Oh, good on you for removing that orc threat. But I have to remind you, we need to find Gundren."
Do we have any new information on that?
Well, as
It's
far as you
still
know, he's still being
Crockmart
held at
Castle.
Cragmaw Castle by the Cragmaw.
No, I was
Haven't
asking.
gone
I was
there.
asking Sildar.
No, the only information I have is what you've told me.
And I say, well, why don't we head there now?
I want to stop by Barton's place first.
Oh,
We should
crap.
probably check on Carl too.
I was going to ask the hunt on the way back.
Death by now.
I was going to ask the hunt on the way back. I freaking forgot.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
And can we finally go grab that drink that we've been talking about? that last week.
Actually, I think we've only been in Phandelver, combining travel times and stuff, for about a week actually in total.
Yeah, that's why we've been talking to grab a drink for about a week.
So what you guys doing?
First, I want to.
I go to Barthen's.
I go to Barton's.
Okay. Anybody else?
Is there actually like some kind of church or shrine other than the one Vince? I have
yes.
I want to talk to like a priest or a cleric or something that
There
might
is
have one of
a
those.
shrine of Tamora in town, the goddess of
Okay,
luck.
while they're doing that, I want to go check that out. I've got a question for the leader.
Okay.
There.
So we'll head over to Barthen's real quick for those two guys. All right. So who's at Barthen's?
Me.
Link, Lucas, Aiden, you're not here. Salazar, where are you?
I'll go check on Carl. See if he's
Okay.
alive.
All right. So Barthen sees you come in and my friends, Link, Lucas, I believe. Right. Good to see you.
Yes.
What can I do for you today?
Uh,
Have you found Gundren?
Not yet, but we're about to head out soon.
Oh, good. I worry for that silly dwarf.
Speaking of which, I'm hoping you might help me with something. You wouldn't have anything in the way of plate armor, would you?
Plate armor? I do have maybe one or two pieces, yes.
Would this have to be a custom order from, say, the blacksmith?
Oh, no, I think I could have a piece that fits you without too much trouble.
Just, this one's not a flavor text thing. I'm actually looking for plate armor to increased AC.
Yeah, he's telling you he can sell you some.
Okay, yeah. How much would that be?
Let me find out.
Did we I don't think we have. No, we haven't put together how much gold we all gained from that. We haven't doled it out yet, have we?
Oh, no. You guys found it in that
All right.
chest.
So, what are you guys buying?
I'm buying plate armor.
He says that'll be 1,500 gold.
1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're quite expensive.
Something to look forward to then.
I do have splint mail if you'd rather. It's not quite as good, but
How much is that?
1,500. No, I'm just kidding. I need to look it up.
100 million, cajillion, fulfillion, yen.
something like 1,450 silver coins.
Uno momento, por favor.
I have about 100 right now.
That ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, well, we got 30.
All right, chapter 5, equipment.
How much gold was in the pouch?
Splint mail is
10.
200 gold.
I have 93 right now, and we got 100 from that last thing.
So that'd be 25 each.
Yeah, I know.
So I pull out that orc tooth and say, well, what would it take to make this a necklace?
A necklace? Something like this. For you, I could probably do it for a gold. It would take me a day or two.
Okay. I give him the tooth and a piece of gold, and then I pull out the ogre teeth and say, what about these? Not for jewelry, but can you tell me about these?
He says, I honestly don't know what anybody would use those for, but I am just a general goods vendor. I mean, you could ask around, but there aren't too many shops here in Phandelver right now.
I think I have somebody to ask. I was just checking.
Okay. All right, and Lucas or Link, anything else here?
No. I actually leave and start. I go to Droop.
Okay.
I'm going to Droop, but I'm going to go check on the shrine.
Okay. So you swing off to the shrine where you find
No, the shrine that we
shrine.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, the
All
little
right.
shrine.
All right, we'll do Caden here first.
While that's happening, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and we're not going to take a break soon.
No, this would be probably a good time to do that.
All right.
All right, so Caden, you come across a small shrine in Fondalen, shrine to Tamora. You see a young, elvish-looking woman tending to a small, somewhat crudely built shrine. As you approach.
Caden.
He typed something out? Oh, he said be right back as well. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, we will take 5 minutes then.
Just about.
Since that was an extremely poorly timed bathroom break there. All right. So yeah, 8:15. Be back at 8. So 3 minutes. 8:15.
Okay.
Did everyone stop talking?
You can. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. Caden actually ducked out too without mentioning it. So, we're taking a break for like another 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. Thankfully, my room comes with a bathroom, so I didn't have to go far.
There is that.
So how much is splint mail? You said 200.
200 gold. Yeah.
What's the AC on that, or can I not know?
It's one.
One less than plate. One more than chain.
It's
No,
17.
Plus 1 with whatever you have on now.
Okay. Well, with everything considered, I have about 120 20-ish gold. So
We have like 130, but I don't know how much we got from the pouch from the town master.
we got 100 each. We got 100, so 25 each.
Let me put add that up. Yeah. Since I get those 200, I'll probably buy it. There's no way we're getting to 1500 if this ends by level
No.
5.
No.
My level 5 and change paladin still is not wearing plates, but I also keep 1,500 gold around to pay for a resurrection if I need it. That's for AL.
For
obviously.
sake of brevity, can we say that over time, Lucas got to the shrine?
To the shrine that. This is all happening simultaneously.
Okay. All right. So on the way, could I take a closer look at Vince's holy symbol?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with Caden whenever he gets back.
Okay.
Unless he's gone for a little bit while longer, in which case we'll swap it over. But everybody's kind of you've done the split the party thing right now, so this is all happening at the same time.
Just a question, not something I want to do or anything necessarily, but like, what would it take just to go hunt a couple foxes?
Survival check.
Should I do it or should I wait?
You can do it while I'm at the shrine.
You can give me the roll for that now. I mean, it doesn't take any role play or anything, so that's fine.
Oh boy.
You are able to find 3 runty foxes with the 9, and you are able to manage to snare them. Part of the problem is, if Fhandelver is a small town, but it's still a town, so staying close to the town edge, you were only able to find 3 small foxes.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to swap back over to Salazar and Lucas while we're waiting for Caden. So both of you, although independently, have wound up back at the small shrine / building that the Droop is currently occupying on the outskirts of town, and where Vince had built his shrine to his own little personal shrine to Heronius for departing on his pilgrimage or other type of quests. So, Salazar, are you back too?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you find Droop asleep in a corner of the building.
Does he seem he's been asleep for a lot of time?
I mean, you can't tell how long he's been asleep for, but he looks sound asleep.
So I guess I take a look at the table to see if I can see if he's been working on anything.
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely this little makeshift alchemy kit has definitely seen some use while you guys have been gone for the 4 days. Whether he's successful in making anything, you don't know.
So are there possible potions that could or could not kill me on the table, right?
You don't see any potions right now.
Can I take a look at that? I want to sit down in front of the shrine and and just try to take a bit of time inspect the holy symbol.
So you hold your brother's holy symbol in your hand. You don't remember seeing this before on him. At least not you know the holy symbol, but he had it emblazoned on his shield, so you don't recall this particular necklace. Give me a religion check with advantage.
Oh, come on. We both know advantage is not going to help me in the slightest.
That's how
It
we
never
do it.
does.
The Fantastic Four don't need advantage.
Oh,
Hey, 17.
17.
That's something. That's something.
So yeah, you sit and you pray to Heronius, and you feel a connection with your god, to some extent, and you definitely can tell that this is a magical item. And as you sit and pray, you kind of have a vision of what it might be capable of doing. Um, so this is what you discover. You were able to see that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Good, because it's not opening for me anymore, so I'm glad it worked.
Okay.
Okay, at this point, Salazar gets bored and wakes up too.
So you
Where
go
should I
over,
put this at?
just in your inventory. It doesn't have like a slot, if that's what you mean. You can put it in your armor section too. It doesn't,
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to keep this what the charges do.
I would put it in your spell book and just make a note of what they're from.
Okay.
There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. Had a phone call from my fiance.
Sorry to hear the engagement's been broken off.
No, we're still. I haven't scared her off yet.
Does she know that you play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet with a group of strangers yet, or is that something you're waiting until after marriage for?
She can find out about that later.
Okay. So
Don't wait. Dude, I used to play World of Warcraft with my baby mama. Those were some of the funnest times we had together.
Wow.
So yeah, WoW was. I used to play WoW too. It is a good game. I don't have the time for that shit anymore.
No, I bought Lords of Draenor and it sucked. I don't miss it. I haven't played in like a year.
Lords of Draenor. I think I have watched like the freaking whatchamacallit, the cinematic for that. That looked cool.
It was. The story in that is actually pretty fun. I can't really speak to the high-end content because I don't do that anymore. I used to be a raider way back when, but actually not even that long ago. I kind of got back into it for a little while there. But
I don't think my WoW character ever got over level 30.
I do play Star Trek Online in the Old Republic sometimes too, though.
I play that one, the latter one.
Is that the free one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to, but my laptop stopped being able to handle it.
So anyway, what I miss?
You missed Lucas praying while holding the holy symbol of his brother, just trying to make and understanding of why his brother would abandon him. And then Salazar kind of kicked Droop awake, not in a mean way, just woke him up. He found Droop sleeping in the corner of the little house over there. So Droop kind of comes to, what? No, Droop, no, Droop. Oh, it's you. Hello. He kind of picks
how you
himself
been
back
doing,
up.
Droop?
Oh, Droop,
Glad to see you alive.
Droop, well, staying out of sight.
What you been working on, buddy?
Oh, experimenting with potions.
Anything of use for us?
Good question.
Can I walk out from hunting just so I'm able to hear the conversation?
Yeah, you come back around this time. You planned on coming back here from your hunt anyway, so you're carrying. So at this point, also Link comes in carrying 3 small foxes. Droop looks at you hungrily. You're not really sure when the last time he ate necessarily was. He says, "Oh, those look delicious."
I say, well, I'm interested in the pelt, so you're welcome to as much meat as you want.
And he's nods excitedly at you. He turns back to Salazar and says, "Yes, Droop did make potion."
Is Cure Wounds an action? I think it's an action, right?
All spells are an
What does it
action
do?
unless they say bonus action or reaction.
Right. Okay.
What, Sally?
What was that, Salazar?
Does the potion do?
Oh, very useful, very useful. Helps with indigestion. And he hands you this.
Not
He hands you like
exactly what we're looking.
this potion, and it's got a kind of a pinkish, chalky look to it.
Keep that. Keep that.
Not exactly what we were looking for, but you keep working, Drew. Keep it up.
He's positively glowing at this praise.
I show him the ogre teeth and ask him if these are of any use.
Ogre teeth, ogre teeth. Droop thinks so. Give to Droop. I'll work.
I say, is there any books that you could help you?
Oh, books.
Alright.
Yes. Yes, books are good.
Speaking of which, I have like 5.
Okay. Yes, you did. You did clean out the bookshelf.
And I can remove that delicate glass equipment from my inventory.
Oh, you already did. He's got that.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
It was
okay,
still in my
yeah.
inventory.
Ask what kind of books. Does he know any titles or anything that I could look for?
Nothing specific, but anything involving alchemy, ingredients, that kind of thing would be useful.
Is there any way that I can ask him to show me how to mix any potions or watch him or anything?
Give me an intelligence check. Droop, unfortunately, is too smart for you. It would be too tough to teach.
You know the sad part? Just from what I know about our party, that could very well be true.
Yeah, I suspect it is, actually.
Oh boy.
Link, you'd like to use this potion? Drew said it helps with digestion.
Okay.
You get a chalky pink potion that should help with stomach ailments, indigestion, possibly heartburn.
Yeah, we live in like pretty much medieval times. That's like miracle medicine.
Heartburn, upset,
Yeah.
indigestion,
Although
diarrhea.
apparently it didn't really click before. Can I just take a look at this unfinished house? How unfinished is it?
So it looks like it was going to be probably a commercial building. It's instead of wood, it does have stone sort of foundation with wood pillars coming out of it. And some of the lower wall is put together, but there's no real overhang. There's no roof other than something temporarily that's been rigged up, probably by Droop, just to keep the sun and rain off. It's basically it's not even the skeleton yet of the house. It's not even the frame. The foundation is pretty much there.
Okay.
And the woodcutter's dead.
Woodworker.
Well, yeah.
Anybody can be a woodcutter. And with that, do we have any axes?
I don't know. I don't believe so, but you can check your inventories and see if you guys have any axes.
I think
Except for Salazar's great axe.
Oh, Is he a great axe or a
We
great
do
sword?
have that.
His is a
Great
great.
axe.
His is a great axe. Mine's a
Axe.
great sword.
Oh, okay.
And-
So you do have an axe.
Yeah, but I don't think Sal's is going to let me use it to cut wood.
You know, when I
Nope, probably it won't.
remember when I asked a long time ago if I
It
could make
never
a trap,
hurts to ask.
If you could what?
make a trap.
Yes.
I have a friggin' trap in my inventory.
Yeah, you have a hunter's trap, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Weighs
so
like
do I.
20 pounds or something.
Yeah, so do I.
All right. At this point, while you're looking over the miracles of this pink chalky liquid, over at the Shrine of Luck, Caden comes across a absolutely colossal woman. Whoops. There we go. A small shrine. So it's decent flowers growing around it. Looks nice. And a young elvish woman. From the looks of it, anyway, as far as you can tell, you're still a little bit farther off than it looks like on this. But yeah, so you see this little shrine. It's crude, but it's well kept.
And I'm going to take care to move around the flowers and not step on any of them, cause you never know what can happen at a shrine. And approach her, coming up to right about here.
She sees you as you get close. This is it definitely is an elvish cleric, or a priestess or whatever, and strikingly beautiful, as most elves are. Hard to tell the age. Could be anywhere from 30 to 100, realistically, given the way that elves age. But she sees you approach and says, "Oh, good morning, fine sir. What can I do for you?"
Good morning. I was in search of a holy practitioner. I have need of their service, and I'd be willing to trade either gold or if you have something that you need done, I'd be more than happy to take care of it for you.
Dirty deeds done dirty. No, so yeah, she says, I'd be happy to trade with you. What can I do for you?"
And I tell her about the scar and the Nothic down in the cave under the Cinder Manor.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her about the treasure chest that's down there that I'm still obsessing over because I can't open it. Because every time I get close to it, there's some kind of dark evil magic preventing me from getting to it.
She
And I
seems
wanted to find
fascinated by this description of what's going on. Really?
and I
In
wanted,
the town?
I would, yes.
That's amazing.
There was this big one-eyed monster that we killed. I stabbed it in the eye.
Dirty deeds done dirty. No, so she says, it just so happens I do actually have a task I need completing. And if you help me with that, I'll be happy to lend my faith's services to try and deal with this manifestation or cursed ground, I suppose. Sound like a fair
Okay.
trade to you?
Let's hear the details.
Well, I've recently been asked to find the location, or at least information about location of a legendary spell book. It was written by a man named Bo Gentle long ago. He was a powerful mage, and my superiors have asked me to determine its current whereabouts. Now, that's very difficult to do. It's been missing for a long time, but there is an entity in the area with divination abilities, and if I could get her to tell me, I'm sure she knows. Unfortunately, she won't make herself. She won't show herself to me. So I could use some help. If you could go talk to her and get her to answer the question for me, I'd be greatly appreciative.
Okay, I think I can do that. And I'll also mention to her that I might have some other ways to get her a little information as well.
Says, this is more specific, and she pulls out a very beautiful silver mirror. I mean, this thing is for basically medieval era. This is probably one of the finer specimens in the region in terms of like finery. And she says, "Now, Agatha's extremely vain, and if you use this to appease to her vanity, that's probably your best bet at getting her to answer your questions." And she hands you this beautiful silver mirror, which weighs about a pound.
And I kind of hold it for a second. I say, you're just going to give this to me.
Well, I'm feeling good about you. I am the priestess of the goddess of luck, after all.
Can you feel that love? No, nothing.
Do you have inspiration, Lucas? Answer is no, you don't.
Not anymore.
So yeah, she says, that's what she tells you, that she's just a priestess of the goddess of luck and needs this done.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Where can I find this Agatha?
Well, there's a town decently to the northeast. It's actually the ruins of a town called Coneybury. And she's got a cabin in the woods just to the northwest of that.
Okay. And just when she said the direction, I just sort of remember. And I just say, is it anywhere near Old Owl Well? Is that?
Actually, yes,
that
it is in the
direction?
same general direction. If you continued past Old Owl Well, you would eventually reach the ruins of Coneybury.
Okay. Yeah. I think we can find that. Yeah, I'll see what we can do about this, and just as a thank you for your help, I'll also try to get in contact with some people I know, see if there's anything we know.
Oh, well, I'd be very appreciative, but this is a very esoteric piece of information, and I think you'll find it harder to come by than you might otherwise think.
Never hurts to ask.
That it does not.
And I'll thank her for her time, and I'll leave sort of the same way I came, avoiding the flowers, because
Okay.
don't know if the flowers have any kind of significance to her religion, and don't want an angry god of luck.
Right. Not a bad plan, probably. What are you?
I'll head back to where Droop is, and or
Okay.
Carl, as I call him.
So you head back to the house on the outskirts of town, and you join everybody there. As you walk across town, it's a somewhat bustling day. It seems like kind of life's return to the town, maybe a little bit, following the now that the Red Brands have sort of disbanded, it seems a little. It just seems like everybody's got more spring in their step. And even the weather has cleared up somewhat. Although probably coincidental, it does sort of bring it
Feels
all
good.
together. Yeah.
Things are going too good. That means something's about to catch on fire.
Okay.
So I guess we say hi to Caden when he arrives.
If he's walking up, I say, "Are you ready? Should we go find?" Oh my god, I have his name written down too.
Gundren?
Gundren, the important guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our
And I
contractor has been
said,
missing for about a week.
What's that?
The guy that we made the contract with, and he's
Yeah.
been, missing for about a week by now.
Yeah.
A little more than a week.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm also going to just mention to him, maybe not I'll mention the full details to him about came across something else that we could also do that's near the old owl well where the undead are.
I think that's kind of in the wrong direction that we want to be heading for now.
I'm just letting y'all know that that's
What-
something that I want to take care of later.
What would it take to stop in Barthen's real quick again? Just like real quick, run in, ask him a question, and
I guess we could get it on the way out.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
okay, I want to ask about getting a custom wax seal.
And he says, that would probably take some time. I don't specialize that in myself, and I would almost certainly have to send to either Iriab or Neverwinter to have it made up. But, anything is possible with the right amount of coin.
How much coin?
For a custom one, do you have the design?
Yes.
He says, well, in that case, probably about 10 gold. It may be several weeks, though.
And I say, well, is there a better way to get one that you know of?
These parts, not without going back to Neverwinter.
And they say, sounds good enough for me then.
What was that?
10 gold, right?
Yeah, 10 gold.
So we do need to.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
We do need to divvy up the gold we got.
Well, we went to-
Caden, I think you have that.
Let's see. I've got what we got from the orc.
Yeah, from the
Oh, and
That's
actually,
exactly
we need
ready.
to sell those 3 vials of perfume too. Probably sell them to Barthen.
You can do that.
So, when I'm doing the math, I'm just going to assume that we sell those so that I just have the.
Yep, that's fine. So that'd be 15 gold for all 3.
Okay, so for the 4 of us, it would be 187 copper
Each.
each.
180.
40 silver. Uh, 15 electrum. And let's see, with the vials of perfume for 5 each, so that'd be 30. And 11 gold apiece.
Okay. I'm like 30 gold short of that splint armor.
Do we start heading out now?
Yeah, we're still on our way, as far as I know.
Before we left, I prayed at the shrine to Bronius to watch over me and aid me in my coming battles, and to watch over and protect his fine shepherd Vince wherever he may be.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
Okay. So what are you guys up to then?
If we're done with our business with Barthen, I say we head on out. Try to find the
Gundren?
Gundren and the Krag.
Pragmatic
Hey,
Castle.
hey, thief.
Yes, Paladin.
Caden, I couldn't borrow 60 gold from you, could I? I'd pay it back as soon as I could.
considering how many times you've saved my life and that you bought me one of these rapiers, yeah, I can lend you 60 gold.
Okay.
All right, adjust your character sheets as applicable.
Okay. Okay, I now have a total gold value, it says, of 202.
That is enough to buy splint mail, if you wish, leaving you with 2
I
gold.
would like to.
All right, so delete everything but 2 gold from your inventory, and you can have splint mail, which is AC of 14.
17, I
believe.
think.
Whatever chainmail is plus 1. Let me see, I've got it up.
Chainmail 16.
17. AC is 17. And you have a strength of 15, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then you can use it. Still have disadvantage on stealth. Shocking, I know.
Now I think we have the same AC.
I think so.
Okay, so what are you guys up to?
Oh,
Dying, obviously.
I guess we were heading to Kagama Castle.
Okay, so yeah, you know, based on your interrogations and information gathering, you have the general whereabouts of Cragmaw Castle down pretty well. So, are you heading there? Are you rushing over there? Are you going there normally? Are you stealthing there as best you can?
I'd
Who's
like
in
to
what
rush.
order? All that good stuff.
My suggestion is we go at a normal pace, but once we start getting to where we think we're getting closer, we need to slow down and try to.
Yeah.
No Harry's. If Gundren has been alive for 1 week, then he can wait another day.
Okay. Also, because of Outlander background features, I think that we pretty had Link and I could pretty much tell where we are in relation to it. So
Yeah, and you guys got a decent location out of the captured goblins, and with the goblin that you basically made a deal with for Gundren's life. So, yeah, you don't think you'd have very much trouble finding it, and yeah, you would have an advantage finding stuff in the wilderness for yourself and just keeping yourself orientated in terms of the goal that you're trying to reach.
okay, so yeah, I say we just get going.
Okay. So you guys head out and make your way overland to the northwest, or actually almost due north from here, and you find yourselves eventually. So you guys are going to approach quietly at the tail end. Is that your plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to need a stealth roll then from everybody.
Sure.
Oh boy.
13, 17, 17, and
That's
11.
a 10. Disadvantage.
And Lucas's is a 5.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Disadvantage.
10, 17, 5, 11. Okay. So you guys...
in woods?
What's that?
Do we happen to be in the woods?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You guys head out, and
So I'm sneaky, but these guys.
that's a good way of describing it. Yeah. You guys head out, and you eventually see from a slight distance, and it is at the edge of the woods, so you have a little bit of an advantage. What looks like a old decrepit castle, and based on the location, you're pretty sure that you know that this is Cragmaw Castle.
Do Do I see anything?
Can we get a visual?
You will, yeah. Kind of depends on how you approach it. So you see, it looks like a pretty standard castle of this era. A couple hundred years old, as far as you can tell, crumbling in some places. You see stairs leading up to a little platform near a front door, and 4 to 5 towers of maybe 20 to 30 feet. It like the edges of the castle itself.
Is there? I suppose there's no way to tell if there's anybody in the towers.
At this distance, it's tough because there's arrow slots in the towers, but it's very tough to see through them, and it's dark inside.
There's like nobody walking on top of the wall.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to have one. It's not that kind of castle.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll turn to the other
Can we see
three.
anyone
Give me a perception
or
check.
anything?
Can I make one too?
Sure. 15 for Salazar. 15 for Link. So, yeah, you see a rundown castle. It looks like as you kind of loop around, do a once over. It looks like it's in pretty bad disrepair. Oops. And it's standing, but you don't know that it's been well taken care of. Although you do see, as you look carefully, that there's definitely been some repairs made to the structure. So somebody has bothered to repair it at least a little.
Are we in?
No, I just couldn't get all the way there. Okay, so yep,
I was
you.
gonna say this looks familiar.
So you're not this close, but this is just so you can start to get a visual of what it looks like.
If it'll load for me. All I see
Is it not loading? Is it not loading? Darkness in your heart, man. The darkness in your heart.
It's just my internet slow. That T-Pain setting just slows it way down.
Are you at least on a boat?
Is that a yes or no? I'm curious.
What now?
Yeah.
Are you on a boat?
No, I'm not on a boat.
Shame.
I'm not doing flips and shit.
Can't hear me. Well,
Do we see any? Do we see any entrances?
Yeah, you are. You see what looks like an entrance leading, or at least like a platform leading to an entrance on one side. And as you approach now from the southeast, you think you can see stairs leading up over here. You can't really see any of the rest of the exterior of the castle because you haven't gotten close enough to it yet.
Well, I start walking or sneaking closer, or trying to sneak closer, and trying to look through. I'm guessing this is.
Oh, that's like 15, 20 feet in the air.
So the only way I'll know is if arrows come flying down at me.
Pretty much. If you're going to try to approach the castle that closely, now that you're not traveling, you would need to roll stealth again. This is on the edge of the woods, though, so you do have advantage on your side.
Do I, because I can't really see, like, over here. If I got over farther, that somebody, even if somebody was up here, they couldn't see me?
Yeah, you could definitely move around far enough outside there to do something like that.
Yeah.
So your character's not there, but, you get the idea.
Yeah. And then I can...
So you see what looks like a collapsed set of doors More arrow slits. You rolled a 17 on stealth. Another tower up this way. With a further set of arrow slits looking towards the entrance here. And then this continues up into, looks like around the corner somewhat.
Okay, and while he's doing that, I want to sneak around over more this way.
Okay, sure.
Over here.
Give me a stealth roll.
And see just.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
An 8, eh?
Uh-oh.
Just glad I didn't have disadvantage.
So
Might as well have.
You kind of try to make your way over here as best you can. You can hear what sounds like activity coming from right around here, inside the castle. These are up like 10, 15 feet in the air at this point. It seems like the castle looks like it only has one floor from the exterior, but that it's slightly raised. You see, as you continue along, what looks like a set of steps, and then you see along to the southern edge another tower continuing along. But this looks like a collapsed wall, but it's impenetrable.
This right here? Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to, before I press my luck any farther, going to go back to the group and tell them, looks like I see another set of stairs over there. Not sure where it goes. Maybe Lynx had better luck.
Are the roofs wood?
What's that?
Lucas?
Are the roofs wood on the tower?
Yes.
What kind of wood?
Isn't it?
Are
In
you
this
sure
neck of the
it's wood?
woods, you suspect it looks like a temporary repair, that it was probably done with Luskan pine. Luskan pine isn't particularly well known for its strong properties, but it is lightweight and relatively cheap.
Okay. Is there any way I could fire an arrow at the wood to see if somebody like notices it and looks out the window?
You could try.
Just roll for the weapon then.
Yeah, just roll an attack. Yeah, so it's 17, eh? So you kind of sit back in the woods, and you line up your bow as best you can, pulling back, and you let loose. And sure enough, although it clips the edge slightly as it's going through, the arrow does find its way inside the tower up here and thunks into the wood above.
Do I see anybody like go up to the window and look out?
Give me a perception check.
So, yeah, Link's been gone a long time again.
He does this.
He'll be back with some friend he wants to talk to, and that
So 17.
just happens. He wants to kill
Yeah,
him.
you see
Hopefully that has two eyes this time.
what looks like a goblin staring out of this arrow slot, looking for somebody to fire at.
How far away am I? Because I'm a little bit farther than what this actually says, right?
You were like 90 feet away, but you're sort of in like the brush.
So, what if I took a shot at it?
Yeah, you can make an attack against him. It'll be with disadvantage, obviously.
Let's
Because of
hope.
distance?
Disadvantage,
Let's
and
hope
he's in 3/4 cover.
let's
No,
hope
it's not.
Link-
It's
Link
not because of
making
the
right
distance.
decisions.
It's because of the difficulty of the shot.
Well, is it woods?
Yes.
Well, I don't think I'd have any disadvantage then.
I think that's
Shooting
just
in
on
the
skill
tower.
checks. I don't think that's on attack rolls. Let me check
I
that
mean,
out.
you are trying to shoot a goblin through an arrow slit.
Well, if
In the
anything,
tower.
He's in a very defensible position.
Yes,
I mean,
seems
you're
like getting
certainly
one
able to
shot.
try.
You know, you can go Legolas style.
I think at least it would make it so that he wouldn't see me. I think. I'll
Mike,
just,
you go your position. Wait, no, I'm not there. I'm not there.
I
Nope,
don't
we're,
think it
we're over
will.
here talking about how he's been gone a long time.
And he's making wise decisions, like always.
So that's a natural 20 for a total of 27. Although you did minimum the crit damage. So you let back, and once again, Link Rambo, channeling his inner Legolas there, fires off an arrow into the into the arrow. So this goblin is angrily, like, kind of looking with his little bow at out where he's going to shoot, and he takes an arrow right through the forehead and keels back to the ground dead. That was ridiculous. Okay, just for the sake of doing it, go ahead and roll initiative now.
All of us, or just like
Just him. We don't know what's going on.
Just Link.
let's hope he's having luck out there.
Hey, you guys ever tried mead with juniper berries?
My initiatives. Wow.
Interesting. Never tried that.
It's got like this. Changes the whole flavor.
We could always try that when we get back.
Yeah.
All right, so after you manage to do this, what are you going to do?
Check my stealth, I guess. See if I'm still hidden.
Just jump out
Oh,
and
you're
yell,
certainly
King
hidden
Kong
from that
ain't
guy.
got nothing on me.
That would break your stealth. It would be a cool moment, but
I guess if I don't have to roll another stealth, then I'd be seeing if anyone else pops their head out.
okay. So you wait. Okay.
That was ridiculous.
So, Caden, what exactly was on the right side?
Just like a broken wall and some more steps. I was hoping Link would be back by now so we could talk about what was on the other side.
You know, maybe he's in
What?
trouble. You should.
Nah.
He's fine.
Well,
Plus, he tried to leave us with that ogre.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay. So
He
are you
didn't.
still just hanging out there? It's been a few seconds.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't. He
Yeah,
didn't take a hit.
I'm just waiting to seeing if another head pops out, or do I
Okay.
think no one's in there?
So you look up and give me another perception check, I suppose. $23. So you see in the tower another goblin step forward with bow at the ready, looking to see what the hell is going on. You also see several armored-looking goblins, or goblin creatures, coming out of the front at this point in time.
I
Maybe
Can I sneak back? Am I still hit enough that I can sneak back to the group?
Give me a stealth roll. I would say normally with disadvantage, but it's going to cancel out in this case. Wow, 22. So these things come rushing out, and they are looking about for what the hell did this, and they start heading in the general direction that you were coming from.
Okay, then, well, I try sneaking back to the group.
Okay. You can make it back to the group without too much incident.
Okay, and I come back and I'm like, it's on, guys. It's on.
So as these things kind of
What do you
step
mean
out
it's
and
on?
look to the side, they see the not quite so hidden Salazar and Lucas and possibly Caden yeah, everybody else go ahead and roll initiative now.
What do you mean it's on, Link? Did you get us in trouble again?
What is it now?
Actually, I didn't. Like,
Oh
you guys
boy.
got spotted. I'm still like hidden in the woods. I just see you two.
So now you're blaming it on us?
Sure.
Okay, so this first
Salazar.
hobgoblin is going to.
Salazar. Initiative.
Oh yeah.
Well, it says for National Explorer that doesn't slow groups travel.
Yeah, I'm trying to find favored terrain.
It does say that you can stealth at normal pace. I don't know if that would have anything to do with cover.
No, that was just I let you attack with not advantage or disadvantage, and you just happen to crit, which is pretty much what you needed to do. So.
Okay.
Where the hell is favored terrain? Am I just crossing my additions right now? Is that it? I guess I am. I see favored enemy.
Oh, it's under Natural Explorer.
Oh,
I
is
was
it?
muted. I was muted.
Favorite terrain. Oh, okay. So I was doing that wrong, actually. It's your proficiency bonus is doubled if you happen to have that skill. So you're doing survivalism, which I assume you have skill in, and you were doing it in the woods. If whatever the plus is, you would actually double it. So if it's like +4, you would actually get +8 to any of your rolls, which is pretty substantial.
Sweet.
Okay. So anyway, this one goblin-looking creature comes running up, sees most of the group at least, and fires off a longbow at Salazar. And that'll hit, but it's...
Wait, I thought you said we were really far off.
You guys are decently far off, but you're still within range of a longbow.
Longbows have major reach.
Alright.
Isn't it like 120 over 200 or something?
150 over
Okay.
600 for a longbow.
Jeez.
So you guys are like 60 feet away in the brush, maybe like closer to 80 because of the diagonal, but you got some ground to cover. That hits you, by the way, but you manage to see the arrow coming from that distance, and you're able to get somewhat out of the way. You take 2 piercing damage. Right. Right. The next group of them are seeing where your party pretty much is at this point. Who they see is, we'll see. Start coming down towards you.
How far is this drop?
It's about 10 feet. Salazar, it is your turn.
Okay, so we're about 80 feet away
Yep.
from them, right?
Yep.
On the way to them, is there any kind of cover I can take?
There's a tree you can try to duck behind, yeah. So this tree, you could probably get partial cover with if you. And that's about 50 feet from you now.
So if you use the dash,
Yeah, I'd have to dash. All right, so I dash and I get behind a tree to take cover from
Okay.
any more longbow shots. And I guess that'll be it.
All right, Caden, it's to you.
Okay, about how far can I go with my dash?
You can get about to where Salazar is.
Out to where he is? And how much more distance would that have to the nearest?
About 35 feet. I mean, that one guy's up the stairs, obviously, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a little bit more. But
two guys.
two guys, yeah, that guy hasn't moved yet.
So what I'll do is I'll use my cunning action to dash
Okay.
up here and sort of hide by the tree, but I'm going to ready an action and pull out a dagger. So if one of the goblins gets in within 20 feet, I'm going to hurl a dagger at him.
Okay, got it. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Okay, so this other armored goblin-looking creature is going to step up and fire his longbow at Lucas. And that'll miss. Over the distance, you're able to kind of... The shot was a good one, but you're able to take the flight time just barely to get out of the way. And that brings us to a goblin at this point. He is going to fire at Salazar from in the tower with his short bow. So it's quite a distance for him. It is about 80 feet, but you are behind a tree, so...
Let's hope tree saves my life. He takes one for the team.
Alright. There we go. Yep, that's not going to hit. Between the distance and the cover, that really doesn't come anywhere close to getting you. Right.
Rambo time.
So Link,
This guy's my main target.
got it. Hail of Thorns. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Okay. I take it you're going to attack him then?
Yeah. Shoot that dude. And then I'm gonna shoot the dude next to him.
With Hordebreaker?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one you'll get with Hail of Thorns, obviously. So you fire off an arrow, whispering some natural magic of the land to your arrow as you let fly, and it hits him. The 21 will hit the first goblin-looking creature that you haven't quite identified yet, for 6 piercing damage right off the bat. And then, as if that's not bad enough for this thing, the arrow then explodes, sending thorns slamming into the creature next to him. So he'll have to make a dexterity saving throw. which he does not. So the thorns, your second attack misses because you killed him with your thorns. As he's just peppered from the side where his shield just isn't ready for him. Or actually, he's used his bow anyway. So he's even got doesn't even have his shield out, so he just gets peppered with these.
Can I have advantage and hit his corpse?
You hit his corpse then. Yeah, you hit his corpse. And so it's
wait.
like you hit the first guy, thorns blow out, slamming into the second one as he lets out a screech and slumps to the ground. And then as he slumped there, thump, a second arrow comes and hits him.
Wouldn't Hail of Thorns hit the first guy too?
Yeah.
The target of the attack. Oh well, yeah, he's dead too then.
So once again, he is taken out.
Link Rambo.
Oh boy.
Deep, son. That's what I'm good at.
So this is what it's like to see other people murdered by arrows.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. It looks like 9 feet.
Where are you trying to get?
Like right there.
That would take like a dash action. You're actually, remember, you're farther back. So you can get to like, you just stay in the same place and you can get 30 feet closer to the. So you're still like 60 feet away from the edge of that. I guess at this point, no, you were 60, so you're now 30 feet from.
So I moved and now I'm just where I actually am on the map.
You're still actually a little bit off the map, but yeah, pretty close.
Okay. I'm done then.
Okay, that'll take us to Lucas, Paladin Extraordinaire.
Okay.
With the cloak of many beavers.
Cloak of Many
Yes.
Beavers.
Okay. So. If I take the full dash, it'll put me up right there, right?
Yeah,
With the
a little
others?
bit behind Caden and Salazar.
Okay. What if I just took the normal dash, the normal like movement?
You'd get to where Link is right now, essentially.
Okay.
But remember, that's compressed. That's still like 60 feet away from. Oh, so you go from like 90 feet away to 60 feet away.
Okay. And then I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at one of these guys.
Okay, tell me which one.
This one.
Okay.
I don't actually expect to hit him, but hey, it's worth a try.
Well, good thing you kept your
I know.
expectations low, because that's a natural one. So nope, you did not.
You
Does the
almost
string-
hit me in Salazar.
Yeah.
Does the string snap?
No, I don't do critical fumbles. Players roll way too much for critical fumbles. All right, that'll take us back to. Nope, it won't. Okay. So at this point, another goblin pops up through the lower of the arrow ports, and he shoots at Lucas. And that'll hit you for 3 piercing damage as he manages to find a spot where your armor is somewhat weak. And then he takes his movement to get behind the wall. Alright, so this goblin thing is going to run up to Caden and try to attack him.
And if he gets within 20 feet of me, he triggers my ready action.
He
to throw
sure
a dagger
did.
at him.
So go ahead and give me a thrown dagger attack, please. A 17 just misses, and it clanks off his shield.
He has an AC of 18.
Jeez.
So now he gets up on you, and in retaliation, is going to attack you with a longsword. Which will hit for 2 slashing damage. So he manages to get you. He's taken a little bit off guard by the dagger attack and doesn't manage to get a very good hit on you.
Hey, at least it's not wait. Our dagger is piercing.
Longsword is a slashing.
It's not.
I
Piercing.
said that's why it was only 2.
Yeah. The other is going to run down and attack Salazar. And that will not hit you. He manages to miss. You duck out of the way, and he chops into the tree. So that'll take us to you, Salazar.
Okay, so then as I'm ducking his attack, I take a swing of mine in return.
Okay. A 12 will not hit.
Here we go.
Anything else?
This could be bad, guys.
No. I guess
Okay.
that'll be it.
So that'll take us to Caden.
I'm going to yeah, I'll just the one that attacked me, I'll pull out the rapier and the short sword and the offhand and
Do you have the
Take a couple
dual wielding feat?
no, not yet, so I only get to pull out one at a time.
Well, that and the rapier is not a light weapon.
But I was using the short sword and the offhand, which was light.
Okay.
I thought that's what we had said last time. If it's not,
Yeah, I think
I
that's,
can change it.
I think that's wrong. Let me check.
Wait, what's in question? That he can't use the.
short sword in the offhand if I'm using the rapier.
I think
in
both
my
weapons need to be light weapons, unless you have the 2-weapon fighter feat.
hand. Okay. Well then, I'll just use
Wait, yeah. It's poorly worded.
it's very poorly worded.
Yeah, when
could
you take
see
the attack
could make an
action with a
argument
light
either way.
weapon that you're holding in one hand, should say your main hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. So you do still need to.
So it'll still be just use my 2 short swords then.
Yep.
Okay. All right then, short swords it is.
That makes very little sense.
It actually does in the case of a rapier, which although is lighter than some of the other weapons, like that's a pretty long sword. It'd be tough to effectively, like in medieval times when they had like a rapier and a main gouge, like that main gouge dagger was only for like parrying attacks. Excuse me, I just got another call.
I hope we don't get near death experiences this time. But I mean, I feel safe with Link behind me.
Link Rambo.
You should put that next Link and then, Rambo, Nalo.
Well, my clan's name is Nalo, which is like Silverleaf or
It's Elvish for Rambo.
yeah. That works.
All right,
we have
sorry about that.
Blood sport.
It's
So
badass.
give me your short sword attacks.
Okay.
Phrasing.
So your first attack will miss, but your second attack, the 7 will miss, but the 18 will hit for 2 piercing damage.
Okay, then I'm going to use my cunning action for the turn to disengage and move back more towards Lucas and Link.
You want
Thank
to
you,
sneak
Kaden.
attack him?
I see you love me.
What now?
So you don't want to sneak attack him?
I didn't think I got a sneak attack because I was attacking this one. But I mean, if I do, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
roll
you
the
do.
sneak
He's
attack.
still within 5 feet of Salazar.
Okay.
Big old whopping extra 1 damage, so he takes a total of 3. He's still up and going, and you take the cunning action and disengage. How far do you back up?
I want to back up like somewhere like right about here.
So like 5 feet behind Salazar.
Well-
Maybe a little bit farther. Yeah, just closer to Lincoln.
Yeah, you can get like about 30 feet away from him if you backed all the way up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll take us to. Nope, he's dead. So what else is there?
One of the goblins.
The one in the tower.
They're both in towers.
Oh, well, the one in the north.
Oh boy.
Well,
So at this point, 2 more goblins come streaming out of the gate. They're not able. One of them is not able to get a clean shot off, but he's going to take a shot against Salazar from as good an angle as he can get.
because I'm all alone. Right, Caden.
And with the disadvantage, he's not able to hit you. The second one, however, is also going to fire at you, and he does not have disadvantage. So you are still behind partial cover. Which unfortunately is not enough. It still hits you, and you take an arrow to the chest for 7 piercing damage.
No worries. I can take it.
The other goblin is going to pop up to the north and fire a short bow off at Salazar, but he's decently far away, which is good. And with disadvantage, he does not hit you. Okay.
So, Caden, looks like I took the arrow to the chest now.
It was headed for Caden.
I just got in the way. Just happened.
You saw where that train of thought was going. It's like, no.
And
He was
at
going
this
back.
point, another goblin pops out of the main entrance and fires off his short bow. And that misses. The cover is enough. It thuds into the tree right between the 2 other goblin-looking creatures. And that'll take us to Link.
If I use Hail of Thorns and like just got my arrow into the room, would that work?
You still have to hit the creature.
Oh, okay.
No, Link,
But there
I'm
is
just curious.
There is a natural grouping right there.
Well, I'm probably gonna go for these guys.
I just want to ask Link, which path did you take as the hunter?
What?
He took the hunter's path. He took the hunter's path as a ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, for horde breaker.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I guess I'm gonna have to move out enough. Can I move there to get a shot at these 2? Does that work? Should I shoot now?
Oh, sorry, I had my mic off. What are you trying to do?
Move out to here, and then shoot at these 2 by Salazar.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
The one to the left will have partial cover against you, because the tree.
Okay.
I'll just put that there. Tree trunk. So, your first attack manages to hit the guy on the right for 8 piercing damage, but your second attack actually thuds into the tree. Although, with the already wounded state, that one armored goblin-looking creature does fall to the ground dead with an arrow protruding from its neck. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'd-
Lucas.
With the regular movement, could I get far enough forward that I'd be in between? That it would be, reasonably in between, within 10 feet of. No, they're 30 apart, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay. Can I get up to Salazar with a regular movement?
No, you could maybe get to Caden. But you only took a regular move, so you're still 60 feet away, essentially.
You can
Okay.
dash up to me.
Yeah, but then I can't do anything.
I think I know where your line of thought was going.
Yeah.
Would have helped out a lot.
It
Yeah.
would. Not everybody has, Rambo skills.
Okay. I'll take a full dash and get up over here.
You can do that.
Okay. And I can do something. I have a spell that uses a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay, and I would like to use Hunter's Mark.
Sure.
Hunter's Mark on this one here in front of us.
Okay. So you'll Hunter's Mark that armored goblin-looking thingy.
Okay. If somebody hold on. It says whenever I hit it with a weapon attack, but does that mean anybody else?
Nope.
Okay. Still worth a shot.
But if I remember right, can't he move the hunter's mark?
I can using a bonus action.
Before it dies, or it has to be before it dies, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
If-
the spell ends. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action into.
So
mark
if you
another
know
creature.
you're killing a creature, essentially you can move it as a bonus action if you have a bonus action available. Okay.
Good beans.
Yeah,
All right.
that's all I can do.
So at this point, the goblin is going to pop back into the window, and now seeing him, he's going to shoot his short bow at Link. And that will miss, and he will take his movement to duck back inside the tower.
Very, very sneaky.
And let's see, that'll be that guy's dead. So the Hunter's March guy is now going to take a swing at Lucas, having seen him cast some foul magic on him. He swings his longsword at you, but he misses, bringing us to Salazar.
Alright. So, I guess I try to hit the one just
Mhm.
on the left.
Nope.
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 And it turns out to be a 9. I know, we can just tell when it's like the real thin yellow block, like, so no, a 9 will miss. Anything else?
No. Not going to try to push it.
Okay.
Is my mic on?
Yep.
Okay. It dropped out for some reason. I don't know.
All right, Caden, it's your turn.
All right, and now that I've not gotten slashed for once, I'm going to use my cunning action again to dash up so that I can get up to where I can attack Hunter's Mark Boy with.
That's just a
My
regular
two short
movement
swords.
for you.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, because you were up in melee range with them before. Move this
Mhm.
guy up to the side.
Okay, so then I just won't. Then I won't use the cunning action just yet.
Okay, so you
just
come
run up
around
to him
the
and-
tree and you see this
Mhm.
this armored goblin-looking thing.
And short sword 1.
A 13 will miss.
Then 2.
Nope.
A 7
That'll
will
really
also
miss.
That 18 AC.
That was a 13 and a 7. That misses a lot of things.
Yeah, misses a lot of stuff.
I know, but
Um,
still, 18.
Would I,
Mhm.
from where I am right now, would I be considered as having any kind of cover from the tree trunk, or am I kind of in the open
You're in the open.
from the arrows?
You're actually
I
around the other
want
side of
to-
the tree.
Then I want to use the cunning action to disengage and just move back just a little bit so that I'm
Didn't
getting
you?
some cover from the from.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yep.
So I get a little bit of cover from the tree trunk so that the arrows. At least I've got some hope. And then that'll end my turn.
Okay. So that'll take us to a goblin who is going to come up to where near the other hobgoblins were and fire at. Yep, they're gonna fire at Caden.
Because piercing damage. We need to make that a meme. Like that guy from like the ancient
and
Aliens
even
show.
with the partial cover, that will hit you for 6 piercing damage as he lets loose a quick and violent strike with his short bow, and it hits you in the ribs. It glances off, but it does a decent amount of damage to you.
Because it's piercing damage.
So the next goblin is going to move these guys out of the way. They're going to be standing right on top of their buddies there, and he's going to fire at Link.
Goblins, such affectionate creatures.
Although this is not a great shot for him to be taking, given the distance. What? What's your AC right now?
Who?
Link?
Link.
Link.
I think he's got his mic off again.
Which color is AC again?
That would
Gosh.
be the blue. Blue.
27.
That is probably not the case.
If you look on your character sheet right above your current HP in the heart, there's a thing that says armor class.
Yeah, it says 27. Oh, I see what you did. Okay, so I'm going to go to your armor tab right here.
Guess he got his leather armor and his studded leather armor on.
No, I have
It
it marked.
says
as
it doesn't,
unarmored.
but it looks like it's calculating it. Oh, yeah, no, don't click unarmored. That's different. That's like unarmored defense for barbarians and whatnot. About to say, yeah, it's like you definitely don't have a armor class of 27.
I thought unarmored meant taking it off.
No. And so even with disadvantage, that'll actually hit you for 6 piercing damage.
It's okay. Every time he bleeds, Rambo just gets stronger.
Now the goblin way up in the north is gonna. Is gonna fire at Salazar as best he can, given the distance and the cover. And that just barely hits. Salazar, you take 8 piercing damage as this lucky shot managed to find its way behind the one side of the tree and bury into your thigh.
Oh. My tree buddy isn't helping me out.
He's taken like 2 arrows so far, so maybe he's just low on HP.
I've taken 3 as well.
All right, so this guy is going to start coming down. Okay, he'll fire off his short bow at Lucas, which misses. Between the other goblin, the tree, and the distance, it's not an easy shot to make. Which brings us back to Rambo. Link, what are you doing?
That arrow that hit me, is it still in me?
Yes.
I pull it out, and my main target is the one who shot me.
Well, you can't see him right now.
Oh yeah, no, the one that
Oh,
just
The one that just hit you? Yeah, it's the guy
Yeah.
to the right.
Yeah, he's my main target.
Okay.
And
All right, let's take another spell slot. Ooh, 5. Rough. Okay.
hopefully,
A 22 will hit. The Hail of Thorns will not be necessary for that one. Let's see. The 13 will miss, potentially. We'll see. See how this dex... Actually, no. Yeah, no matter what, it's going to miss, actually. But I'll give the dex saving throw to the other guy. And he does not make it, so he takes the full brunt of the exploding thorns of his buddy next to him as the arrow slams into him and sends him shrieking to the ground as thorns come flying out of the arrow, magically spreading around. Anything else?
If I moved up farther, is there any way I can get to this tree behind me? Well,
Yes.
It's in front of me, but can I get behind it?
Yep.
Come up.
Use about 20 feet of your movement to do that. Now you're like 30 feet away from the melee party, and the distance is plus 30 to everything else.
Okay.
All right, Lucas?
Okay. I'm gonna take a great sword swing at this guy. Probably not gonna hit anything, but you know what? It's worth a try.
21 will hit for 8 slashing damage. Minimum damage you could have possibly done.
I hit it.
That's what counts.
Oh, Hunter's Mark damage.
Yep.
Okay, is
So
that like
1d6,
That's like
please?
one. Yeah. So 10.
10 total damage. So it looks very rough shape. This magic extra damage and on top of your greatsword attack basically almost cuts right through its shield and takes a pretty big gash into the chest through the armor there. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to move the Hunter's Mark over to... Can I see him, this guy?
Yeah.
I'll move it over to him.
Okay. Let me check something.
Or does the other guy have to be dead? for
He
me
actually
move
has to
him?
be dead.
Okay. Then, hold on. Is that a bonus action? Okay, then. I'll hit that guy with my Vow of Enmity.
Is that a bonus action?
Yeah, Vow of Enmity is a bonus action. Abjure Enemy is an action. But Vow of Enmity is a bonus action.
Okay. Go ahead and cast that. Alright, so you have advantage against this creature for 1 minute or until it dies. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, so at this point, the goblin in the tower is going to pop out and try to shoot at Link. There.
I was gonna ready in action, but I forgot.
Well, you'd already attacked that turn anyway.
Yeah.
Is ready in action is a full turn.
Yeah, it's your action for that
Yeah.
turn, if you choose to do that.
Oh, okay.
So he pops out, and even with the tree, he manages to hit you. A grazing shot. You take 3 piercing damage. Right. So that goblin creature is going to attack Lucas. His long sword. He rears back and slashes out with his terrible looking longsword, but it flanks off your armor and does no damage to you. Bringing us to
I lost Kate.
Salazar. We did.
Going Well, third time's the charm. So in hopes to finally get ahead off this fight.
A
Oh, yeah.
natural 20 will do it. Are you trying to kill him?
I sure am.
So you take your great axe and you bring it up over your head and you bring it down with all your force and you actually cleave straight through the middle of the skull and halfway down into the chest cavity of this thing before you yank your axe back out and it falls to the ground with a sickening thud.
You still have movement.
Yes, I was going to start moving north. Well, I make my way up as far as I can, I guess.
You
Where
can
would
get
that be?
to right around here.
And seeing that, I did a heavy blow and killed it, I used my action search and, walk up all the way to this guy and take another swing if I can.
You can't quite get to him.
You could get to him if you used the dash for your action surge.
Yeah. Wouldn't get the hit up. So,
Yeah, so are you gonna not use the action surge?
no, not using it.
Okay.
I'll just stay right here.
All right. We'll give Caden a minute here. Hopefully he comes back. That was quite the sudden drop, so...
Must have been in.
Yeah,
There he
be
is.
back.
Good timing. Well, we'll see, I guess.
His internet's probably being shoddy again.
My internet tanked really hard.
There you
Called
go.
it. To be fair, I also guessed ninjas, so.
All right, it's actually your turn.
Okay, let me give me just a second to get the map loaded back up so I can see kind of where everything is. Because I have an idea. Oh, and actually, I think I can do this. But I would need to. If I was to get up here, like not up here on the landing, but on the bottom part, would I be able to? Is the goblin like to the edge of the
Yes.
landing? So like what I'm trying to do is move up to here and stay underneath him, and I want to try to grab the goblin's leg and whip him to the ground over here.
All right, so given the height, you would have to kind of like one step jump off the wall and grab his legs to do that. So I'll need
Assassin's
you
Creed.
to make a acrobatics check.
Okay.
$21. Oh, just barely. So yeah, you managed to run up and grab this guy's legs and with the one hop and drag him off. You aren't able to get a slam like you wanted to in as he's fighting you back, but you do manage to pull him to the ground over here.
And is he like prone or anything, or did he?
Oh
or
yeah,
does he
he's
need to, like-
prone.
He's prone. Okay, well I can't. I'm gonna say that was my action for the turn, so
Oh,
I
it
can't
sure
really
was.
do anything.
What an action it
But man,
was.
that was cool. Yeah, so that's just gonna be the end of my turn.
Really?
Well, if I could
That count
attack
as
him,
an
I
act?
would. But
Does he still have an
I
attack
was gonna
left?
say that was.
Oh yeah, because you need to take the attack action to attack with the bonus action.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, I'll give it to
Hey,
you
if you-
in this case. You kind of used it as an attack, so I'll let it go.
Okay. So offhand.
With advantage is a natural 20, since he's prone. So that would technically give you sneak attack damage too. You don't need to roll it if you don't want to. Guess I
Let's
shouldn't have
just see
given it
how
to you,
well-
but that serves me right. You're very dissatisfied with the attention that Link has been getting in this combat. So you charge up, hop on the wall, grab this goblin, slam it on the ground, and drive your dagger straight through its chest as it's lying there. And then, kind of get up and look at Link like, yeah, what's up?
I can do cool stuff too.
All right. I take it that's it.
Yeah.
That goblin was actually next. He's dead. The next goblin is dead as well. Where the hell is that goblin?
He's the one up here.
Yeah, I
He's
think
the
this-
one way up
this-
there. He's actually going to fire at Lucas because he doesn't have a clear shot at Salazar and Caden right now.
Do I have cover because of the tree?
Yeah, it's a tough shot, but he's going to be attacking with a penalty of some sort regardless, so...
Yeah, don't be fooled by that cover.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
actually
true. It didn't
work
help Salazar very
because
much.
of
It did help you in this case, though. The arrow slams into the tree next to the corpse of the armored goblinoid creature. All right. At this
I'm
point,
so glad I lent you that money for the splint mail.
Woo!
another goblin pops out and runs out onto the landing. And he can only really see Lucas or Caden at this point.
Actually, I don't think you could see Caden, because Caden's underneath.
Or not Caden, Link. So he's going to fire a short bow at Lucas. And he misses. A tree provides you cover again, and the arrow zips off into the brush behind you.
I wonder if anyone's ever tried tree armor.
So the guy who has your vow of enmity on him is going to... Yeah, it's called Barkskin. Is going to run up and attack Salazar with his scimitar.
Are you going to take the stump and try to make it into a cloak too?
And that'll miss. You are able to deftly jump out of the way of this scimitar strike from this goblin here, and he's going to take the bonus action or he's going to disengage using his ability, and start backing up over this way and start heading up the stairs. That brings us to Link.
I look at Caden and now my head towards the goblin in the tower.
No, yeah, I forgot to move him, so he can still be there.
And I step out and I look him in the eye. And I'll use my last spell slot, but he hit me a few times, so pisses me off.
Dude,
Oh,
you
so
realize you have to crit for that.
All right, let's see. With the 3/4 cover, a 21 just barely hits. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So you fire off a magical hail of thorns from this arrow. The arrow sinks into the upper chest of this goblin, and he screams and falls back, and you hear like the sound of thorns hitting the inside of this tower. And he falls to the ground dead.
Why did I doubt Rambo?
Yeah, I don't know why. So that he didn't actually need a crit for that, but that creature was in 3/4 cover, which is a +6 to AC.
I wink at Caden.
Oh, it's on now.
Anything else?
Can I get up behind? I mean, I use like 5 feet, I think, to do that. But can I get up behind this tree?
Yes.
Like,
Yep, that's fine.
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna move you a little bit just because it's gonna get messy over there.
Okay.
You guys are over here, but you're on the other side of that tree.
Nah, he can take my spot. I'm moving.
Well, either way, and it is now Lucas's turn.
Okay. Can I get up to this guy with regular movement?
You can attack him from the side. From
But he'd
right
be
here.
elevated.
But he'll be elevated.
It's worth a try. Okay, I'm gonna get as close as I can and attack him
Okay.
with my great sword. Vow of enmity, don't fail me now.
Well, you have advantage, so that's a 20 for minimum damage, naturally. So you do 6 points of slashing damage to this goblin as you chop across his legs and calves.
Wait, as a bonus action,
Nope.
He won't have it anymore, so. I can still move it, though. Can I see this guy? This guy.
What are you trying to move?
Hunter's Mark.
What hunter's mark? That guy died when you didn't have a bonus action.
Alright. Then that's it, then.
I'll look into that, though. I'm going to rule it like that for now, but I'll look into it. But as written anyway in there, it seems like you would have had to have a bonus action available to do it.
I don't think it works like that, because that would
Actually,
mean...
let me read that again. Let me read that again real quick. That would be stupid. Yeah, I'll let you move it.
Alright.
Be dumb regardless. So.
Can I see this guy?
Yep.
I'm going to move it to him.
I'll check Sage Advice later. Double check.
Because I don't... Because if I add it to this guy now, it wouldn't matter, so...
Yep. Do you have, did that use up all your spell slots too? Or do you have one left?
I have 2 left.
Mine.
Oh, you used your Channel Divinity.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it for you?
Yeah. Actually, no. It doesn't cost a spell slot to move it.
No. I meant just in general.
Yeah.
So you used one spell slot and...
Your turn.
Yeah, in my Channel Divinity. So, no, I have 2 left.
Okay. Let's keep in track. That goblin's dead. That guy is dead. Salazar.
Okay, so how far is this goblin?
20 feet.
I think you could get
in terms of movement.
Get to him.
Yeah, you could come right up behind him.
Is he going up the stairs?
Yes.
I just
What's that?
Fall.
I didn't hear that.
Like,
Other people are buying T-Pain too. Yes.
Yeah, apparently. What are you doing, Salazar?
okay, I'm trying to hit him.
Okay.
Nope.
A 9 will not hit.
Guess I'll just
Have you noticed the higher the damage, the less likely it is to hit us?
All right. Caden, it is your turn.
All right, so now this has like become a cool guy competition between me and Link. I'm going to move over to where Lucas is, and if
Okay.
Lucas is okay with it, I'm actually going to want to do like an acrobatics check, like off of him to land up here with this goblin
I'd help
and
him.
like attack him as a...
Okay, yeah, give me an acrobatics check with advantage. So a 20, so you're able to do that, no problem. You find yourself in front of this goblin farther up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to attack him with both short swords.
Okay. The 20 will hit for 4 piercing damage. The 15 will also hit for 4 piercing damage. You can roll sneak attack if you wish. I can tell you. Are you trying to kill him?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do.
Hey, another 4.
And I see none of it because you're on the side of the stairs.
You
I
saw.
don't
You
care.
would have seen him hop onto the stairs, perhaps.
Yeah.
Acrobatic pirouette.
Okay. Anything else?
How much more movement do I have?
Like 10 feet.
10 feet. I'll move. Go ahead and move on up to the top of the landing.
Okay. So the goblin at the window will see you come up, and he'll fire his short bow at you. Which will hit you for 7 piercing damage.
That's right, because we're not far away anymore.
Nope. He's actually going to now duck behind the side over there too. All right. So that'll be that goblin. So this goblin is going to come up and try to stab you with his short sword at this point, or scimitar. He's going to slash you with his scimitar. And you manage to see that coming. Despite just having taken an arrow to the shoulder, you're able to get out of the way of the attack. That goblin's dead, which leads us to Link.
Okay, with Heartbreaker, the way it's worded, can you hit more than just 2? Because it says like you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature.
Just 2. Just 2.
Okay.
Otherwise, that'd be way too OP.
I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Okay.
See him swinging at Kaden. And I miss.
You do. Natural 1. Natural 1 will miss. You do manage to miss Caden, however, at least.
Caden, did you hear that? An arrow missed you.
All right, and that'll take us
Miracles never cease.
to Lucas, unless you want to move Link.
No.
Okay.
Can I get up to this guy? Onto, like, in front of Caden?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna charge up and this guy, hopefully. With my greatsword. Nope.
You do not. All right. That'll bring us to Salazar.
Does Caden have, like, half cover behind me?
No.
Darn it.
He's probably less likely to be targeted, but
That's
technically he
good.
doesn't have cover.
Does using a magic item count as a bonus action?
Counts as an action.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it
Okay.
says, too,
So,
as an action.
since it looks like I can't fit on top of the landing anymore, because
You
looks
could
like
get
Caden
up. You
are
could get
over there.
sort of up and then hop on. Hop up.
Well, you can
yeah.
always move
Oh, yeah.
through friendly creature spaces. You just can't stop there.
Alright,
You could
so-
get on top of this goblin over here.
Like
Okay, so I'll
stand
get
on
on
his
top
face.
of this,
Yeah, I'll just move him.
this goblin corpse.
Yeah.
And then try to hit and get the second hit of the night.
A 20 will do it. So you are you trying to kill him?
Sure.
All right. So you decapitate this thing with one swift blow of your great axe. And the head falls down the stairs and rolls. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because it's your turn. Caden's got his mic off there. Well, he might still have his speakers on.
No, he moved it.
I guess he moves.
More floating words, letters, numbers.
Yep, area 2.
Maybe
Must actually
black
move that to
fire
the.
again.
Actually, why is that on? I must have actually put that in the wrong layer. I did. It's on the map layer.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so, how much of that movement did I use?
20 feet.
20 feet. Let's see. I'll go about another 10 feet in, just to see what else.
That's how people
And then depending on
die.
what I see here,
Mm.
can I see any farther down either of these halls?
Yeah, you see what looks like a hallway ending in a door right there. 2 doors, and then let's see.
And then 5 bunkers in front of you.
Then you see another door to the south, and there's like a ruined stone wall, but it makes an effective barrier. And then ahead of you, you see another set of double doors with a door off to the side.
Okay. Well, since this one looks like it's the nearest, I'm going to use my cunning action and move up to it
Okay.
and open this door to see, because this is where that goblin was shooting arrows at us
And
earlier.
you see a goblin next to the window, kind of waiting to he as the door opens, he turns around and sees you.
And I've got just a little bit more. Can I get to him with the little bit of movement I've got left?
Yep.
Okay, yep. So then I'm going to get to him and attack
And-
with both short swords.
Cunning action is a bonus action, is it not?
Yes.
So you would just get the 1 short sword.
Oh, just the one? Okay.
Oh, that's the one that hits anyways.
That's well only.
I don't know why.
Yeah, because you need to use your bonus action for your secondary attack.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why my short sword one rolled first on my screen, but the main hand's at the bottom. That's the one I was going to use.
Yep. So that's are you trying to kill him?
Yep.
You sure do. So you manage to get in, and in his panic, he's trying to still draw his bow at you, but you come up and you stab him right through the gut with your short sword, and he falls to the ground dead. And that is it.
Can I push him out the arrow slit?
No, unfortunately, it's too small even for a goblin.
You can try.
All right, so you guys have defeated this initial force. I'm going to tally up XP. That's where we're going to stop for today. It's 10 o'clock, and be a pretty good time to stop anyway, given just natural progression.
This was a pretty large battle, too.
Yes, it was.
And it's not over.
Yeah.
And we actually made it through without, well, Salazar's not looking so good, but everybody
you're not
else.
either.
Actually, I think you're worse off than he is.
Well, I'm better than usual.
This is true. You have
That
not,
is
You
true.
have not gone unconscious once yet.
Well, I still have my second win just in case, and the potion just in
And
case.
I now have 3 spare uses of cure wounds. So we're better off than we were.
And we have Rambo, so there's always that.
All right, so everybody go ahead and let me just do this math real quick. Everybody add 263 experience points.
Almost a 4. So close.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out again. Actually, bring up my Google Calendar right now, so I don't have to just see whether I can actually play next week. Let's say second. I can. All set. Actually, it's not till March 1st that I have another. Actually, somebody put something in my calendar on the 23rd too. I assume that's my wife, so I probably can't play that day. But I'll find out. That might be 8:45 in the morning.
All right. We'll
Right.
we'll chat later, guys.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Gotta
we'll
go.
pick up right here next week at the same time. Let's try to everybody get here on time if we can, so we can get a little bit more in. But other than that, thanks for coming out, guys.
Good game.
Good game. A lot of fun.
See you next time.
See you next time.
With links and cadence competition. Well, while me and Lucas are swinging it at the air.
Yeah, you did have a cool
got-
off.
All right.
I think
I gotta
Link
go,
might
guys.
have
I'll
the
see you
slight
later.
edge right now. Although that was a singular, really cool thing to do. Like, Hayden.
Okay, guys, I'll see you later.
See you
What
later.
was the XP again?
What's that?
What was the XP again?
It was 263.
Oh, James, if I had to, I was going to use inspiration to get one of those two off if I had to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been an acceptable use for it. All right, see you guys later.
See you later.